There are several machines in the machine shop that we have to become familiar with. We also need to appreciate that it's important to use these machines efficiently and safely. Choosing which machine that we are going to use to create a certain part feature is also important, as some of the machines can undergo the same tasks as other machines. In the following videos, we are going to discuss the milling machine.
Okay, let's go to our vertical mill. So just a very quick walk around on this vertical mill, and our friends at Six Nations Polytechnic in Brantford, during this pandemic, we had some limitations to what we could do at MMRI. But one of those, of course, is we don't have a lot of manual machines available to us. So again, our friends at Six Nations, they made their shop available to us on some days that they didn't have any students. So we're gonna go through some of the basics like we did with the lathe on the mill here, its operations. It may seem there's a little bit more to the mill, but it's a little bit more compact. So right up here at the top is our head. So just like on the lathe, the headstock on the lathe, this is the head on the mill. This is where the power is, right? So the spindle goes through into the head of the mill where the power is. Now the tools, they're mounted here in the spindle. Okay, so on the lathe, it's the material that spins. On the mill, it's the tool that spins. And over the next few pictures, we'll zoom into some of these pieces a little bit closer. So the head here, it's attached to the ram. So this is our ram, and I won't explain any of these pieces yet because we're going to do that in the next slides. The ram is mounted here to the column, and then the column, of course, is attached here to the cast base. A lot of times the base and the column are manufactured as one piece, one cast piece. Okay. So our work holding is mounted on the table. Okay. So we've got a vise set up here, movable vise. We put the workpiece in here, tighten up the vise, and then bring the tool down into the workpiece. The vise is sitting on the table, and the table sits on the saddle. So it also has that same feature as the lathe. The saddle is attached to the knee. So this big piece you see here is the knee of the mill. And that knee, it moves up and down. So you can, that we'll show you in a minute here, but this handle here controls the upward and downward motion of the knee, where it'll ride on the ways of this column, bringing it up into the tool and away from the tool. The tool can be pulled down and pushed up. And the table can be moved left or right or forward and back. So we have lots of opportunities here for creating features.